Hello and welcome to this week's Fotospeed video with me, Tim Jones. Today we're going to be talking about screen calibration and specifically screen calibration on Apple computers. So there's been a little bit of news in screen calibration wise, and Calibrite have released, or well, should I say Calibrite have updated the Display Pro HL and worked with Apple. So now this device will hardware calibrate your Apple devices if they have a built-in screen like the MacBook Pros and the iMacs, and they also work on the Apple displays as well. So I want to go through how we actually do this and hardware calibrate and see if it actually works and if it's worth doing, to be honest. So before we get into any of that though, housekeeping as always, don't forget to subscribe to the Fotospeed YouTube channel and sign up to the Fotospeed newsletter. All the links in the description below to all of that. So yeah, just check out all that in the description below. So a little bit of housekeeping done. So let's talk a little bit about the Display Pro HL and how Calibrite have partnered with Apple, I suppose, to make sure this device can work with the latest Macs and the latest operating system. Okay, so first of all, I have to say that this option of hardware calibrating your Apple devices isn't available to everyone. There are some kind of caveats to this. So obviously you have to have an Apple device, be it if it's in an iMac or a MacBook Pro, MacBook Air, etc., or an Apple display. So also, you have to be on the latest generation of their chips. So you have to be on the M series chips. Also, you have to be on the latest version of their operating system, so Tahoe. And then you will see in your display settings the option to use Calibrite calibration. So basically what this does is it has its own built-in software actually in the operating system from Apple. You can plug in your Display Plus HL. Now it has to be the top of the line Plus model. You can't do this with the 123 or the Pro HL. Now it has to be the Display Plus HL. Then you plug it in and then you can run through the options, and I'll go through that in a little bit. So those are kind of the limitations of the things you have to check first before you look at this. Now the advantages, I suppose, of doing this before we look at actually how you do it is the calibration will be hardware calibrated in the screen. So in theory, it's a little bit easier. So if you are out there and you have a BenQ or ISO screen, those screens hardware calibrate. So the profiles are saved actually in the screen themselves. Big advantage to kind of external screens like that is that you can plug in obviously a laptop or a desktop and they're always calibrated. And it is a little bit of an easier process. It sets the luminosity for you and things like this and contrast and things like that along the way. And it just saves it within the screen for it. And it gives you the option to switch between profiles in the screen and things like that. So it can make your life a little bit easier. But those are kind of BenQ and ISO screens that are kind of had this. So now on Apple devices, you have this option as well. And obviously if you're in a laptop, you can save this, which I think, to be honest, the laptops can be really useful. And kind of that calibration, if you're out on a shoot somewhere or something like that, that could be where I would see this to be quite useful. Now, how we actually do this. So the options are all built into Tahoe. So you go into your display settings. You can get to this through just clicking on the top right and go down into display settings like I've done here. Or you can do it through system settings and click on your display settings there. Now, you may have, and probably should have, had a play with the different profiles or presets that are already built into Apple. And you can go down, there's a photography one and things like that, graphics one and things like that. So you can go through and have a play with those. Now, first things first is I like to just go into here, create a new, I like to create a new preset and set my luminance to about 100 because I like that kind of the luminance and the candela level of about a lume kind of. I look to turn off automatically adjust display as well and things like this. Now, Also, at the very bottom of this list of all these presets and things like that, you will see an option for Calibrite. So we can click on this and then it will take you into the calibration. Now you need to plug in the device to start with. It's USB-C. You just plug it in to your computer and then it will take you through the process. Now it starts off by showing white light. Now it looks like nothing has really happened, and it's first time I did this, I did actually stop and cancel the process because I thought it had crashed. But it shows you this blank screen of white basically, and it does this for about 20 minutes to about half an hour. And that's why I thought it had crashed after about 10 minutes. I thought, oh, I'll start it again, something's gone wrong. But no, what it's doing is it's warming up the screen, it's getting everything ready for the calibration. Then after about that kind of, like I said, 20, 30 minutes, it starts to run through the calibration and start showing you the color, flashing those patches up and measuring those patches like you would normally kind of expect in the Calibrite software or BenQ or ISO's kind of softwares and things. So it runs through this. So the whole process, I reckon, it probably takes the best part of an hour to run through it, I have to say, 45 minutes to an hour. Then it shows you some black patches at the end and it keeps going through. And then after a while, obviously it's measuring all these kind of color patches and making adjustments in the background and kind of calibrating your screen. And after a while, like I said, 45 minutes to an hour, it will come back with a full calibration for you. And that is then assigned to the preset that you've set. So it brings everything back in line. So great. So it really does give amazing advantage of doing this. And it's quite simple. Like I said, you just click on that option in the menu, you run through the options, and then it calibrates it for you, which is brilliant. The one thing that I have to say is it does take a long time. Now, running the Calibrite software on the Display Plus, I think I can calibrate a screen in about 10 to 15 minutes on a really good long calibration. There's probably shorter ones you can run, say 100 patches, you could probably calibrate a screen in 5 minutes. So 45 minutes to an hour is a long time to wait to calibrate your screen. That was the only kind of annoyance with me. The calibration was pretty good. It ran through all the colors and options and everything. But the only issue I found was the time it took. And also, I know it's been commented on other videos and kind of other things I've read researching this. There's not a lot of feedback when the screen goes blank, when it goes white. It'd be nice if it just had a little bit of text saying, warming up screen, please wait, or something, just to keep us up informed and things like that. That'll probably come down the line, I'm sure. But it does a great job. It works. If you have an Apple device with a built-in screen or the Apple displays and things like that and Tahoe, then it really does great. It does, as you expect from Calibrite devices, it calibrates the screen absolutely brilliantly. It does an absolutely fantastic job. And you get that hardware calibration on your laptops and iMacs and Apple displays. You can buy the Display Plus HL on the Fotospeed website. I'll put all the links in the description below. If you want to know more information about this whole process and things like that, please go to Calibrite's website as well, because they have some brilliant kind of tutorials and going through kind of how to do this and things like that in there. And if you wanted to explore the other devices Calibrite make, like the Display 123 and the Display Pro HL, then obviously visit the Fotospeed website, but also Calibrite have a fantastic website that will take you through which device you will need for your own needs. Okay, so hopefully that's kind of helped you and kind of given you a little bit of an insight on this new feature that Calibrite have brought in and on Apple computers as well. So again, please don't forget to subscribe and sign up to the Fotospeed newsletter. And also don't forget, we release new videos every week here on the Fotospeed YouTube channel. So on that note, I will see you next week. Bye-bye.